October 23, 2010 was the darkest day in St. Louis racing history. Thousands of fans, myself included, watched as Brad Keselowski earned redemption from July by winning the second Gateway race of the season. For a while, it was also the final racing victory at the Madison, Illinois facility. Dover Motorsports chose not to pursue any races at Gateway for the 2011 season, which included the two nationwide races, the annual truck race and the NHRA on the facility's drag strip. Nobody knew what would happen to Gateway International Raceway. Rumor had it that Dover Motorsports was going to scrap the grandstands for aluminum, then sell the track to be repurposed into something like an industrial park, which would fit in perfectly with nearby Granite City. This is where real estate developer and former race car driver himself, Curtis Francois, stepped in. Just 713 days later, under the new name, Gateway Motorsports Park, the NHRA returned to St. Louis. 2 years after that, the fan favorite NASCAR Truck Race returned and would become the biggest standalone race on the NASCAR schedule. In 2017, a repave of the 1.25-mile oval would be completed to lure in IndyCar for the first time since 2003, an event that has become the second biggest race on the tour, just slightly behind the Indy 500. Then in 2019, they signed a deal with Worldwide Technology, which would take over the naming rights of the facility, becoming the Worldwide Technology Raceway. This is an ownership group that has been far from spotless. Trust me, there were some bad experiences like the parking situation at the first IndyCar race and the power outage at the truck race last year. Trials and tribulations the WWT Raceway crew fought through in the pursuit to be the best racing facility in the entire world. Leading up to the biggest meeting in Curtis Francois' life, where he would meet with the France family to try to sell the city of St. Louis as a NASCAR Cup Series town. "We're going to get one shot with the whole family," Curtis Francois said on a phone call to Jason Hall, the leader of the St. Louis region's business development organization. "How are we going to sell St. Louis?" And from the looks of it, they sold it pretty well.
Albert hits it a ton out to deep left. He gave us 11 years of memories we'll never forget. He's just given us another.
For the first time in their history, the St. Louis Blues are the Stanley Cup champions.
St. Louis is special to me to come back. Maybe one day, as good at bush races and truck races stuff they put on, maybe one day we'll get a cup race here, so we'll see what happens.
Whether you call it Gateway International Raceway, Gateway Motorsports Park, or Worldwide Technology Raceway, how it is today, they are set to be the center of motorsports this upcoming Sunday. The biggest race of 2022 is finally here. It's not just the inaugural NASCAR Cup Series race at Worldwide Technology Raceway. It's not just the first in the greatest sports city in the country, St. Louis, Missouri. But it is going to be a race weekend that, if given the proper attention, will change the NASCAR fan experience as we know it. And you can take that statement to the bank. So ironically, we're looking at the money first and foremost, as you absolutely cannot put on a world-class racing event without the backing of corporate America. That is just a pure fact right here. In March, ironically on March 14th, which is St. Louis Day, the Illinois Office of Tourism, all the way in Chicago, Illinois, was confirmed as the sponsor for this event. A massive letdown, not just because it seemed like the state was trying to leech off of this event. If you're from Illinois, you know J.B. Pritzker did not care too much about the fate of Chicagoland. Plus, when you look at the St. Louis metropolitan area, the Missouri area is booming, and as for the Illinois side, J.B. Pritzker resides over a Metro East that has suffered a shrinking population with over 30% of its citizens living in downright poverty. Now that is a topic for another day, as that was just a small sliver of disappointment compared to the fact that the entitlement sponsorship was only $700,000. And for example, Pure Michigan a few years ago paid $725,000 to sponsor Michigan's fall race. Now fortunately, they would nab Ticket Smarter as the co-presenting sponsor, bringing us the Enjoy Illinois 300 presented by Ticket Smarter. For St. Louisans, there's also a big mix of companies that have driven the city's economy for decades and have made franchises such as the Cardinals and the Blues among the best in their leagues. Anheuser-Busch, Centene, Edward Jones, and Enterprise, in addition to nationally known Verizon, are the founding partners of this inaugural event. And then you add in the work of Worldwide Technology and Bomarito to build this track to this point. You have strong ties to the St. Louis metropolitan area, and that is the perfect ingredient. That is as good as sugar in a batch of chocolate chip cookies to bake up a world-class auto racing event. So with the financial backing to really make this and drive this to be a big event, the team at Worldwide Technology Raceway hopes to hit a home run like the St. Louis Cardinals do a lot across the river in 3 critical areas. And in this first aspect, which is the event itself, you could not ask for a more engaging 4 days with the fans, especially from a first-year Cup Series race. On Thursday, they're bringing NASCAR to downtown St. Louis, a massive metropolitan area, with a NASCAR Fan Fest at Ballpark Village, the entertainment district that anchors Busch Stadium for the 11-time world champion St. Louis Cardinals. They're also going to have a hauler parade up there, as I have no idea how that is going to work, especially in the heart of downtown, especially, right in the heat of rush time traffic. It's going to be interesting to see how they pull that off. And then Friday is dubbed Richard Petty Day at the racetrack, presented by Bomarito. A ribbon-cutting ceremony will take place at the start-finish line, and Richard Petty, the King, will make the first official laps in a NASCAR Cup Series stock car at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. St. Louis media described the magnitude of what will take place as follows.
The place will go berserk. That's like having Michael Jordan come to your gym.
For sure.
Yeah.
The one and only practice of the weekend will take place on Friday and will be capped off by Truck Series qualifying. Meanwhile, at the Tri-Cities Speedway, many of the NASCAR Cup Series stars will take on the dirt in the Cup Time STL Short Track Classic. Saturday is really where the fun shifts into high gear, as you've got single-car NASCAR Cup Series qualifying in the morning, anchored by the annual Toyota 200 NASCAR Truck Series race. This will be the first Saturday afternoon race at Gateway since the 2010 5-Hour Energy 250. And if you're wondering when the reincarnated 5-Hour Energy 250 NASCAR Xfinity race will start, unfortunately it's 30 hours away in Portland. Sorry guys, I don't make the schedule. But you know what? They can have their AAA race, because on Sunday we've got the major leagues. For the first time ever, NASCAR's Cup Series will take on the Worldwide Technology Raceway to cap off the one weekend a year you get to enjoy Illinois with the Enjoy Illinois 300. So what's going to entice the weekend and the fan base even more? Well, you have to look at another key aspect to the game-changing area with this race. So if you guys know, I've been vocal about the infrastructure of Worldwide Technology Raceway in the past. Having attended races under both ownership groups, there's been way more name changes compared to physical changes prior to this year. The lower bleachers in the main grandstand do not have backrest. The score tower is old, outdated, and for last summer's truck race didn't even start working until lap 10. And you saw the power outage during that race as well. And this is not their first offense. I know everyone's going to bring up the situation that happened within that area during that race, but the final Truck Series race under the Dover Motorsports group saw its Friday night race get postponed to Saturday morning because of light issues. In many ways, this is a below-average NASCAR Cup Series track in terms of infrastructure, but not for long. Worldwide Technology Raceway is in year one of a 3-year, $100 million renovation project that will reach the checkered flag in early 2025. And if you're attending this race, you will notice a couple things different, as the oval tower has been completely redone, as well as various safety amenities, which include safer barriers on both the front stretch and the back stretch. They're also going to update the electric grid, thank goodness. Now, this won't be needed this year considering that both races are going to be in the day, but if you get a rain delay, this is good just in case. And it's going to be interesting to see how this track changes over the next 3 years, because Worldwide Technology Raceway obviously signed a 3-year deal with NASCAR to host one annual race per year. And these upgrades right here, guys, are just the prelude to the ultimate package that will make the Worldwide Technology Raceway a revolutionary stop on the NASCAR schedule. When it comes to the NASCAR Cup Series, especially with the schedule, gatekeeping has been the theme of the 21st century. For the longest time, if you weren't an ISC or an SMI track, you could forget about it. And that's why both Gateway and Nashville, despite their proximity to major metropolitan areas, were relegated to Truck Series status, or as the world's largest Nissan parking lot. Now things have opened up in a strings-attached approach as Nashville, COTA, and Road America are all on the schedule, but are either SMI-operated events or were added at the expense of a traditional ISC date. Just 3 tracks on the entire schedule are truly independent from the 2 racetrack monopolies. Pocono, a facility that is more known for its breathtaking scenery than anything that's happened on the tricky Triangle Oval. Which makes it all the more impressive that when we attend or watch Pocono on TV, we're greeted to a consistently full grandstand and a jam-packed infield. That alone makes the Pocono ownership group in the running for Truck Promoters of the Year. Indianapolis, a track that has a clear identity crisis when it comes to NASCAR. Is it an oval? Is it a road course? Should it be a 4th of July race? Should it be the regular season cutoff? Or should it play a solid neutral role in the summer schedule like back in the day? I know Roger Penske has done some incredible things in the racing industry, but rebuilding the idea of NASCAR racing at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, that might just be his toughest challenge yet, and I don't know if he's going to fully succeed with that. Then you've got Worldwide Technology Raceway. It's a racetrack not too big in length, as you can think of it basically as a flat Darlington. Now, from what we've seen, it has not produced a racing product like a Darlington, but it is far from complete crap like in Texas and now Trashlanta, as I call it. That is not the main takeaway of the Curtis Francois leadership. If there is one thing that sets them apart from SMI and ISC is their acknowledgement of the fan experience. Track President Chris Blair is active on Twitter, so he's seen the countless pleas from NASCAR fans wanting the return of the Midway. And in a lot of ways, the merchandise haulers, food, musical acts, and the various carnival-like activities around the track, it enhances the experience, and it is something that the big oligopolies in NASCAR have watered down in the 2010s. Something that Worldwide Technology is seeking to rewrite. The next generation car will not be the only loud noise, with a Confluence Festival anchoring this race. A concert lineup featuring Old Dominion, Cole Swindell, and St. Louis's own Nelly. And I'll tell you, if we do not get a live performance of EI right before the green flag Sammy Hagar style, this is going to be a massive opportunity missed. Maybe not so much for this blast from the past, something once a staple of Glory Days NASCAR that was axed with the birth of Fox Sports 1. The NASCAR Trackside Show is back. They're going to fly John Roberts out from North Carolina to join Kenny Wallace for a 10-year reunion of the old Speed Channel show, and fans are encouraged to show up and take part. Also, for the NASCAR fans that have advocated, they preached for super fast Wi-Fi like you see at F1 races such as in Miami a couple weeks ago. Thanks to their partnership from Worldwide Technology and Verizon, the track will have 5G Wi-Fi in the track's infield fan zone. Meanwhile, the track is taking an intriguing approach to parking. For the Cup race on Sunday, Worldwide Technology Raceway will offer prepaid parking only. Now, I'm going to be the contrarian here and say that this was the right thing to do. This track is literally right next to a pilot travel center and a golf course, which it acquired not too many years back. WWT Raceway has expanded its acres and chopped some trees down to park more cars, but it still does not have a lot of parking, which means that this was the right move to make. My only problem is that they have not done a good job to get the word out, so there's a chance that this would easily be Carmageddon 2.0 if not for yet another revolutionary thing Worldwide Technology Raceway is doing this weekend. We all know how painful NASCAR traffic is. Chances are you're hot, exhausted, and thirsty after sitting in the aluminum grandstand for 3 hours, and sometimes you make a whole day out of it, so you're out there for 7-10 hours, out there in the grueling sun. You know, we've all been there. Now you've got to enter the rat race just to get the hell out of here. However, with Gateway's convenient location in suburban St. Louis, it has a gold mine of public bus services, and for this Sunday, both the Madison County and the St. Clair County services will be driving fans to the track on Saturday and Sunday. Now, I know there are a great many of tracks in rural areas, but this is something I wish more NASCAR tracks would adopt. More people would kill just to avoid the stresses of throwing your car into the rat race with thousands of drunk fans. And for this weekend, and potentially this weekend only, that utopia exists. And the final thing that could be a game changer, that could revolutionize the way we think about the NASCAR experience is, based on this map, the Victory Lane celebration will take place on the front stretch where it honestly belongs. The fans deserve to see their drivers celebrate up close and personal, and that is what Gateway is going to offer in this race. Not just with that, but reportedly, the track is going to be open to fans just minutes after the checkered flag. bringing back a fond memory of Chris Blair back in the day where you would go out to the track and stuff some used rubber in a jar to take home as a souvenir. Now, I don't want to seem like I'm a shill for the ownership. I think that I've given them a fair amount of criticism, and plus, there is a lot still that can go wrong with Worldwide Technology Raceway this weekend, both with the experience and the racing product, which we'll get to tomorrow. However, the Curtis Francois ownership group, they seem to be a throwback to the old days of NASCAR where the fan came first. I kid you not, if everything goes right and this track gets the correct amount of publicity from mainstream NASCAR media, it is going to get people talking. It is going to put pressure on the SMI and ISC tracks to provide a better experience to their fans, and Worldwide Technology Raceway is truly going to be a game changer for the NASCAR Cup Series one way or the other. So anyways, this is Nathan for NRF Productions signing out, and just remember guys and gals, life's a beach and then you drive.